Like, look, I'm 100% responsible for everything I have and don't have.
The real with Khalil. This ain't no fake news, ain't no clowning around. It's the real with Khalil. Yeah, the truth is in the sound. The mission, dropping knowledge with no fiction. If you got a minute, sit down and have a listen. From the field to the screens, yeah, we keeping it raw. Real talk, real lessons, addressing every flaw. Life hits hard and it causes real pain, but out of the struggle there always comes real change. We dig deep, pulling stories from the core. Vulnerability, truth, transparency, and so much more. So tune in close, let the wisdom expand. It's not only a podcast, it's a helping hand. It's the real with Khalil.
I'll edit it.
In case you need to edit it.
Yeah.
So where am I with you?
Yeah, you're with me.
Okay.
Yeah, you're with me. So it'll be simple, man. It's nothing, whatever your answer is purely you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll either like it or you won't, and it'll be fine.
And either way, it's fine. We got a series of questions.
Okay.
How's that sound? We framed well? Is that framed well?
Yeah,
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, wait. Maybe this shouldn't be in here.
Awesome.
I don't know.
So, what's your name and what's your home city and state?
Yeah. Well, it's Michael Katz and Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Kindred spirits.
For sure.
Yes. So I have a couple questions for you, Michael. What is something your soul is calling you to do before you leave the planet?
Well, I'd have to say probably the biggest thing would be contribution and service to others.
Okay. And what does that
You
mean?
know, well, inside of our business, health and nutrition,
Okay.
that contribution makes a big difference. And I know, I grew up at-risk youth.
Okay.
Okay. Did a lot of drugs, alcohol. I'm sober 41 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Huge.
Yeah, and it's been a journey, but I think one of the biggest things is contribution to youth, that they don't have to travel that path,
Yeah.
or at least that there's more than that path.
Got it.
And so that's big for me. Before I leave the planet, that I have an opportunity to touch the youth, teens and young adults, that there's another way and that they're valuable, worthy, and there's something available. And then with our business, I believe we have a great vehicle. May not be for them, but at the same time that they can lift themselves up and, take on life.
I love that. I love that, Michael. And what would you say success is for you? How would you define success?
That's an interesting thing. I'll tell you, it's changed. I'm 65 today, right?
65.
So, and success used to be like, the material, like
items?
possessions.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had the right car. Then I got a BMW, and I thought I had made it. And then this, and there's this one mentor of mine, a woman, and she said to me, "Well, like, what are you your car?" And like. And God bless her, because it was amazing. At the moment, I didn't like it at all that she said that.
You didn't like her comment, not the car.
I didn't like her comment at
got
all.
it.
But I didn't like it because it hit.
It hit you. It hit hard.
It hit, but it woke me up as well. So as time has gone on, it's like the chasing of the status is just empty. First of all, it never ends.
Okay. Got
So
it.
no matter where you think the bullseye is,
man.
or at least for me, where I thought the bullseye was, I get close to it, and then I move the darn bullseye.
The moving target.
So
Move the goalpost.
So guess what? No matter what no matter what tangible, material things I accomplish, the bull, and it was me.
Yeah.
I'm moving the bullseye.
Got it.
So I can. So you talk about fulfillment?
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah. So
Nah.
so success used to be items, and now it feels like.
Yeah. Now it goes back to the impact on others.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. Having enough to have a lifestyle that you would that you desire.
Yes.
That's worth it. But I would say choose a business where you can make an impact with others and get paid handsomely for it.
I love that. Beautiful. Thank you, Michael. And then let me ask you another question.
Sure.
Do you believe in fate or free will?
Wait, fate or free will?
Fate or free will?
No, free will.
Free will.
Yeah. So we're in control.
We're in control.
Yeah. Now I didn't grow up that way.
Okay. Got it. You didn't grow up believing in free will. You grew up believing in fate.
Well, I would say that I would lean on that Well, it was just fate as opposed to taking responsibility
Got it.
that I had anything to do with anything,
So you
good or bad.
You could use fate as a scapegoat
for sure.
of you not being in a space of actually.
Being responsible for, like, look, I'm 100% responsible for everything I have and don't have.
Right. Wow.
Okay. Now, and again, that was like learned over time.
Right.
You know, I didn't just pop out a mom and, and it be there.
Right.
You know?
And be able to get that down.
No.
Got it.
That's, years of professional and personal development with a commitment to grow and expand.
Yes.
The mind and the heart can not just be driven by automatic behavior.
Got it. Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So I knew I picked the right person to start this off.
Wait, am I the first one?
You're the first one?
Yeah.
You're the first one?
Shit.
Yeah. I'm actually going to give you the mic. How about that? I trust you. You know the STS rules, so I figured I was holding on to it. That's why. What's the truth about life you wish more people understood?
Truth about life that I wish more people understood. That vibrational, I don't know if this is going to be accurate word, but vibrationally and energy wise, it's like I'm always attracting. The universe is always on purpose in a sense. It's always bringing to me what I am bringing to myself. But I didn't always, I didn't know that everything that I was experiencing, that I had, I'm going to say something, but it might be everything to do with how that was. Right. So wait, ask the question again. I lost the question.
So what's the truth about life you wish more people understood?
Yeah, is that we have everything to say about how life occurs to us. Real stuff does happen.
Right.
And some of it can be, in the world of judgment, horrific, sad, raw, like all of that.
Right.
But how I interpret it, how I view it, what I do with what happened. It's like, there's what happened and then there's everything I have to say about what happened. Yeah. Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Man, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Now, do I still have the mic? I
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay,
yes,
so
you do.
So listen, my dad passed away when I was 8, right? Okay. And he took his life.
Got it.
And in the 60s, it was 1968, I wore like a lot of shit. Like, that was not, this is going to sound weird, but here we are, 2025.
Right. Like
suicide's almost like, oh, so-and-so committed suicide. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. You want to go have lunch?
Right.
Do you know, and not, like, we're a little bit numb. Okay, in 1968, when I was in 3rd grade, it wasn't like that.
Shocker.
Well, not only shocker, but then like, oh, something really must have been off with that family. Now, I made a lot of that up about what everybody was saying.
Right.
Because here's why. At 50 years old, I grew up in Cherry Hill, like you did, right?
Yeah.
You on the west side, I was on the east side, but that's fine. The same town. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm a little older than you. You know what I mean?
a little different worlds, but yes, nonetheless.
But the point is this, is that at 50 years old, a bunch of the kids that we went to elementary school together, we were still connected. Facebook had us connected.
Yes.
So there's about 40 of us that got together when we were 50. We played kickball at our elementary school. We got permission from the owners that owned it. We got our 2nd grade school teacher, this and that. Here's the thing. I shared myself on the email about what happened to Dad and what I made up and all this kind of stuff. And it opened up this whole world of everybody jumping in. Nobody knew how I was feeling, but how would they? I didn't know that this person's father was on medication and paralyzed, and this person had this, and this person dealt with that. Had none of us knew.
Right. Everyone had their journey and all going through it almost on a solo.
So what was the question again?
I think that was just good, period. I have 2 more questions for you.
Okay, great.
2 more questions for you.
Sure.
What is your definition of love?
Well, I think it's going to start first with me. Okay. Over the years, I found if I'm not okay with me, and I know you use the operative word love.
Yes.
But let's start with being okay.
Okay.
And loving yourself.
Okay.
Going to be a little challenge to love others.
Man.
Okay. I'm not saying you can't love others.
That's real. That's real. That's absolutely real. Absolutely real.
So start with ourselves.
Okay. And it's funny because my next question was, what is self-love to you?
Yeah. Well, forgiveness.
Okay. Forgiveness. What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Well, there's the opportunity to forgive those around us that we have something to say about how it wasn't right or this or that, or whether it's when we went to school, whether it was, relationship with men or women or bosses or this or that. So there's that, or a company that you work for, so there's forgiveness there, but then there's all the stuff I did or didn't do.
What's up?
You know what I mean?
What's up?
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
so, and even if it was a squabble or like this didn't go right or that didn't go right, ultimately I did what I did. I didn't do what I didn't do. Okay. And breathing in, letting it out. Can't change any of it.
Right.
Okay. Could be responsible for it.
Right.
Not responsible like blame, shame, or guilt, but just like ownership. Like, yeah, I did do that.
Yeah.
But then there's a level of breathing in, let go. Can't change any of it.
Right.
Let go. Forgive myself for X, Y, and Z.
Right. I love that.
Man.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
That was absolutely great.
Yeah,
man.
I love
the first one, and of all people, man. Of all people. My God. I'll give you 2 more questions since you got this suggestion. How about that? 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 Let's see here. All right.
I'm scared again.
What's the most courageous thing you've ever done?
Interesting that the word's courageous, because I think that at one level it should be like something like so bold and like I jumped off the,
jumped off the Eiffel Tower.
Whatever, what I mean?
Right.
But what came up for me is, I didn't grow up with a tremendous amount of confidence. I did well in whatever I took on, but I didn't really have the self-confidence and self-esteem to like just go for something, right? I was very much like, thinking about what's this. And so, but when I took on and I became an independent distributor with the company I'm with, it was like, that was super bold for me, because my mind was going, it'll never work. And then my mind was going, well, it has to work. And, and I enjoyed the results that I got on the products. And I even had a client that wanted product before I was an independent distributor. And then what ended up happening is that I bypassed the conversation of like, it'll never work. It'll know you're just a recovering addict and
your own story, your own.
The tape. And I said, hold on. Well, I don't know that I said that, but I went and did it anyways. And that was probably one of the most courageous things. My life is, it took time, it took energy, it took effort. There's cycles and all that, but I'm 35 years as a, self-employed guy, and thank you, younger self.
Yeah, man, I just mentioned that today. If everyone you've ever met was in a room you're about to walk into, who would you look for first and why?
I'd look for my dad, and mostly because I didn't get to say everything there was. He left when I was 8.
Done.
So he'd be number one.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, forget like number 1, number 2, number 3, like, the founder of our company, Mark Hughes, I got some, things I'd like to say to him. And then there'd be Dr. J from the 76ers, because when the Sixers won the championship in either 83 or 84, whatever year that was, I was blessed. I was a waiter at a pretty swanky restaurant in Center City, Philadelphia called The Garden on 17th and Spruce. And he came in after the championship with his wife Turquoise at the time. And 2 other couples. It's funny because we're in Dallas right now, but they played for the Cowboys, but I don't remember who they were. And it was an unbelievable experience. It's like, here, go to shake my hand for a second. So like, all I can visualize right now at 65 years old is like Dr. J's fingers were like all the way up here. Like it was like, but the most humble dude, just won the championship. Like, I'd like to say a few words to him.
That's beautiful.
And then Magic Johnson was amazing when I hung out with him at an event that he was speaking at, and I got to be like a liaison. That was a trip and a half. I was shaking in my boots, but I was hanging. And John Maxwell, the same thing. Like, so there's some high-powered people or successful people, and I'm like, it's only me. And I'm like, it's just me and them in their green room. And I'm like, okay, am I just going to say nothing, or am I going to say something?
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
incredible.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
And then, you know, I'd like to probably thank my third grade school teacher for being so caring when my father passed away.
Yeah.
I didn't know that back then,
Right.
but in reflecting on it,
Yeah.
man, she was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's plenty more.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
I love that. Dr. J is a UMass guy.
Is he
UMass
really?
alumni. UMass alumni.
You know what? So
Yes.
that there's like this. So
Yeah.
I look at you. Maybe you're Dr. J in another.
Maybe. I want to say thank you so much for that transparency. I have one more question for you before we
Okay.
let you go. What are you grateful for today?
You. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay.
Okay.
You know, and yes, we got a lot of like
we have a lot of history.
Like a lot
Yes.
of history, you
Uh-huh.
know, and then we got our. But I think that what is most important is that I didn't grow up an athlete,
Yep.
not African American.
Right.
You know, I don't think you're Jewish.
Right. L'chaim. L'chaim. L'chaim.
But you know, so like
Right.
we're like
Yeah.
not the same,
Right, for sure.
in almost every way
On the outside.
on the outside,
Right.
And but you're my brother,
Man, 100%.
and it's always been that way.
Yes, it has.
And I got that from my perspective, that starts with me,
Right.
But
right.
not everybody. But you've always been,
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you. That means a lot.
that reciprocality
Yes.
has always been there.
Yeah.
And I love you for that.
I love you as well. I want to say thank you for having an open heart with me from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the Cherry Hill thing.
Maybe it was like the beginning, but then we ran.
But it was such a, I have full body goosebumps right now. Impromptu conversation. He's going with his family. I'm grabbing him, come do this. And it just meant a lot because I was also in that same fragility space in the beginning, unsure,
Yes.
rebranding myself, reinvention. How does this gonna work? And to have someone to be a pool of optimal water I could wade in with someone else was beautiful. So I want to say I'm grateful so much for you as well.
Yeah.
And for taking the time to do this today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
With me. Yeah.
It's an honor because I'll tell you, like, as much as it's like, no, Khalil, you're not doing this right now. You're not doing this. You're like, yeah, come on, Katz.
Come on.
And so my mind is like, yeah, Khalil's asking you, let's
Right,
go. And then
right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like, you know. And then, you
excellent.
know, it's always
amazing.
It's always an opportunity to like breathe.
Yes.
And you're either going to give
Yeah.
or you're going to put the mask on
Right.
one more time.
Yeah.
And you're going to like say some beautiful things.
Right. That was poetic.
But, you know.
That was poetic.
So, in any event. All right, so now I got a question for
okay,
you.
well, I'm with
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Okay, so here's the first question.
Okay.
What the fuck is this all about? No.
I started a podcast.
Okay,
I
hold
started
on.
a podcast.
Okay.
Yep. Good.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay. So, you know, what's with the podcast? Like, where are we going with this? Or where are you going with this?
So the premise behind the podcast is truth, transparency, and vulnerability.
Beautiful.
Right? So I feel like so many podcasts out there are based or steeped in black versus white, Democrat versus
Sure.
Republican,
Oh,
women
yeah.
versus men. It's like this, it's very divisive, right?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
ultimately we are
Well, and there's a lot of energy on that.
a lot. And it feeds it, it's such an easy one to feed. But we're so much more alike than we are separate. And I want to draw attention to the fact that we're so similar. We're all on the same thread, we're all pulling the same cord, and we're all harmonized in the same space. And so I want to have something that would speak to that, but also have an opportunity to share my voice, something I think I've been gifted by God to have, to be able to share and touch people. And I did it, I got inducted to the Cherry Hill West Hall of Fame.
Sure.
And I dropped my first episode the day before that.
Come on.
And I just knew I had to be courageous because I got a reminder, because I've gone through so many changes in the last few years.
Yes.
I was downtrodden, distraught, and sad. And then I got the reminder of, hey, you're a Hall of Famer.
Right.
Like, remember who you are.
Yes.
And so I dropped the episode the day before I got inducted, knowing that it was a reminder, a whisper, and I was supposed to be inducted in 2020.
Okay.
The world went into
the
world went into what it went into.
Yeah.
And I was upset that it didn't happen when I wanted it to, and it happened when it was supposed to.
Beautiful.
It was a reminder, like, hey, get this shit done, bro.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I just want to appreciate and acknowledge what you pointed to, because if you look back at the footage of what we just did,
Yes.
where I didn't know the answer to the question
Yes.
I just asked you,
right?
it is exactly that.
Yeah. I'm glad
That
it's
this
on
is
point.
human being.
Yes, just Just us being us.
So there's color.
Right.
There's age.
Yes.
There's religion. There's all the things that are so heavily divisive.
Yes.
Divisive.
Yes, divisive.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're division.
Yeah.
And certain powers
Yes.
thrive on that.
Yes.
So what you're cutting into is at the nature of what it is to be human.
Yeah.
And we're all human.
Just us with us.
Yeah.
And that's all we got anyway. But behind all the frills and the clothing and the status and the clothes and the cars and the money and the politics and the race and the religion, it's like, you're just
you're
just a person.
Yeah.
So why not get back to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
We could go all night.
We could go all night.
All right. Wait, we got one more from the audience.
Okay, all right. That's good. I love this. Michael, this is so beautiful.
But now
this is perfect.
But
this
now
is perfect.
I gotta think of the question.
I got a list of them. But I really do appreciate this, man. I really do appreciate this.
Yeah, I get it.
I do.
I'm honored.
I'm honored.
In awful
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
I happened to catch you coming out of the restaurant.
Right. And I thought you really were just going to give Cody a hug.
I was. I saw her first, and then I said, "Oh, wait." And we talked about this. We talked about finding a first person to be like an ally person, where a person you love and person that you care for would be able to be the first person. Then there we go.
Well, I think it's not a question.
Yeah.
I just want to appreciate
your.
Listen, you're national champ.
Yeah.
Okay, in football at a collegiate level, right? From UMass, right? You are. Oh, you're in the Hall of Fame.
I'm in the Hall of Fame as a team. Our team's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
That team, that championship team, right? In the Hall of Fame at UMass. Then you just got inducted finally in the perfect timing.
Yes, perfect
Cherry Hill
timing.
High School
Yes,
West.
yes.
Okay,
yes.
Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And so easy for you to, as an identity and an ego, to be like, okay,
right, right.
I'm it. And what you're busting apart is like, although you've got those incredible accomplishments, and let's not lay them down.
Right.
They are huge.
Right.
Very small population of men on the planet have that experience of, being in a Hall of Fame at a high school level, at a college level. Very few men have the opportunity to experience being a national champ. And then here you are with a commitment to lay it all down. And we're brothers.
Yeah.
And with humanity, and whether it's a woman or a man, happens to be two men here, completely different upbringings, backgrounds, and all this. And all we got is heart and love and laughter.
Yes, that's it.
We'll cry together. We'll laugh together. You call, I come running. I call, you come running.
And I appreciate that so much.
And so, from the highest of high achievers in the athletic world, and I got it. You didn't play pro ball, and I got, but like, come on. Your heart is so much bigger than the stats.
Thank you.
And I've always loved that I got a friend.
Yeah.
I know a guy, and I know him well.
Yeah.
And he's a national champ.
Yeah.
We do that shit from the front of the stage,
all
right?
the time. All the time.
All right.
It is it's one of those things that like, even with all the things, I still had so much apprehension and fear and scared. And Jason Nemes was like, told me 3 years ago, do a podcast because you're one of the best speakers ever. You should talk to people. You should. And I was like, no. No one's gonna want to hear, all the things that come with the apprehension and trepidation and fear, all the things with it. And finally, I was like, okay, you got to do it.
Yeah, and here's what I want, whether this footage ever goes anywhere or not.
It's going somewhere. It definitely is.
Listen, what I want myself and you and everybody else who might hear it is that you got a guy. How tall are you?
6'3".
6'3". Handsome. Not my kind of guy, but
not
handsome.
Not your type.
Not my type, but
somebody's type.
But for sure. On both sides of the equation, probably. But in any event, that's not this podcast. But no.
Right.
But okay.
Right.
At the top, two different Hall of Fame.
Yes.
You have apprehension.
Yeah. For sure.
Fear, all that. So at the level of human being, it don't matter what you accomplish.
It doesn't matter.
There are places where you still get to deal with that which is raw.
Yes.
And there's always that, we spoke about this earlier, there's always, we didn't use this word, but choice.
Yes.
Whether you take a step through the doorway or not.
That's huge.
And I want to acknowledge and appreciate the courage.
Yes.
Because people probably look at Khalil and go, man, that dude's great. That could be
Yeah.
national champ. Come on, it's Khalil.
And they don't know.
Right?
They don't know.
And yes, at some
Right.
level,
Right.
at another level,
Right.
human being on the planet with all the conversations that he has.
Yes. Yeah.
And here you are taking that step through the doorway. So let's go.
Let's go.
All
Let's
right.
go. Let's
Appreciate
go. Thank you so much. I love you, man.
Love you
I love
too.
you.
This is real. This is real.